According to the Humane Society of the United States, animal abuse is common in both rural and urban areas. Animals whose abuse is most reported are dogs and cats.
So it's important really from a law enforcement standpoint and a health of the community standpoint that we detect these dangerous people as early as possible and as often as possible.
Today, Jeremy Leidick tells us how the Animal Welfare League helps animals to be loved by new families and impact makers.
Impact Makers is sponsored by Simon Roofing.
Drag it around, he might jump off it.
Today is a great day for Chowder the cat because he gets to go home with his new family.
Yeah, how many? 4.
Many animals just like Chowder are waiting for their future families to visit them here at the Animal Welfare League of Trumbull County, which places animals in what are known as forever homes to live the rest of their lives being properly cared for.
We're not just a shelter. I mean, we are a shelter in a very significant way. We have a large capacity here. It's a large building. But I think of us almost as a sort of a health service agency in many ways.
Gary Pilcher is executive director of the Animal Welfare League and says they have the capacity to hold up to 150 dogs and cats at any given time.
We process, you might say, about 400 to 425 dogs and about 400 to 425 cats per year, plus miscellaneous snakes, guinea pigs, turtles. We have a lot of turtles, a lot of rabbits. Those are what I would call our non-traditional pets. Mostly it's cats and dogs.
The shelter typically holds all animals that are brought in for 10 days before being placed up for adoption. Staff check their health, behavioral patterns, and administer vaccinations. Kaylee Frost is the shelter manager and oversees the adoptions that happen daily.
There's the right family for each animal. So once people come in, they're able to take a look around at all of our animals. If they find ones that they're interested in adopting, we have animal caretakers that can take them out, let them spend some time with the animal outside of the cage, answer any questions that they have. So if they've found one that they've chosen, they're able to fill out an adoption application because we want to do some kind of screening to make sure that they're going into a forever home. Then once they have been approved, we're able to send that animal out for adoption.
You're my puppy. You're my puppy.
Sparky, a pit bull terrier mix, was recently adopted by Leslie Chronister, who was looking for a companion for her previously adopted dog, Leah.
And those two hit it off real well. It was his first time with another dog. And from there, we just decided to go through with the adoption. They put him through this prison training. And 2 weeks ago, I had got him back.
The prison training program Sparky graduated from takes place at the Trumbull Correctional Institute in Leavittsburg and is run by Dog Smarts Unleashed. The program is used to help some of the more unruly dogs improve their manners.
We select dogs that come in here and send them out to the prison where we have inmate handlers that have been pre-selected, and they actually live with the inmates for 9 weeks. We have a structured program that we teach basic obedience skills and house manners, and we are there once a week overseeing their progress and making sure that everything is going well.
Jenny Falvey is owner of Dog Smarts Unleashed.
We have to remember that when dogs are adopted, they're stepping into a totally new environment. No matter how wonderful their home is, it's still an adjustment for a dog. And some of the dogs come with some training that they've had in their past life, and some have not. But regardless, creating the bond with the new dog is really helpful in reinforcing things that they've learned and creating a more mannerly dog and helping them to adjust into a home.
So he's coming back. Maybe you'll feel his paws on your back. Maybe he'll sniff your hand.
Education isn't just for pets. Here we see some Girl Scouts learning techniques on how to interact with a dog they've never met before. In this case, they're practicing with Alpha.
Alpha is my perfect example of a pet. And if I had to take live animals, that would be pretty scary for the animal and maybe sort of scary for the children.
Karen France is the education coordinator at the shelter and has lesson plans for pet lovers of all ages.
We can practice what to do if there is a strange animal that they are not used to, all the safe places for petting an animal that's not used to you, how to even approach an animal that you really want to pet and you've already asked the person, may I pet your animal? And they say yes.
And through donations, the Animal Welfare League continues to grow. Kent State Trumbull recently announced the investment of $250,000 that is being used to renovate a wing of the shelter for a medical and surgical suite for the campus's veterinary technology program. The suite will also help the shelter enhance its ability to care for animals and pursue its mission.
Rescue, rehabilitate, educate, and adopt. And again, to distill it down to the real essentials, get them in and get them out, because the faster we can get them adopted out to a forever home, the more capacity we have to take more animals in.
You can read more on the Animal Welfare League and other organizations making a difference at businessjournaldaily.com. Go to videos and click Impact Makers. I'm Jeremy Leidick.